Hello everyone, this is Kitty Clinical here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the chart here from MedEdits.com. It is the rates of acceptance to a U.S. medical school by race or ethnicity for the year 2022 to 2023. This data is quite interesting given the fact that you have a wide spectrum, even you could even call it a differential of numbers, percent of acceptance, that is, for those between the all along all walks of ethnicity. So American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Black or African American, Hispano, Latino, or of Spanish origin, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, white, other multiple race, ethnicity, unknown, or even U.S. I think it's interesting that U.S. non-U.S. citizen is here as a category as well. So what I want to comment on primarily here is the question is, should you reveal your race or ethnicity to admissions? Is it something that you should reveal to your admissions officers when you're applying? Because the funny thing is you have the option to say no, right? You have the option to not do it. You can put up your application and just decline to tell people what your race is. And if you're maybe depending on what your appearance is, it might be difficult for them to know exactly what your race or ethnicity is. If it's obvious, I mean, I don't know, does that actually impact your chance of getting in? Will they judge you for not wanting to reveal that information? It's a very interesting dilemma, and I think it's something that we should at least think about, that we have the option to say no, to decline. And you might do it from a moral perspective, you might do it from a cultural perspective, you might do it from a personal perspective. I think that it's still something that is worth mentioning, that even though they have this as a column, as a section for your application, that what is your race or ethnicity, you at least have the option to say no. Now, should you reveal it, that's entirely up to you, but you can look plainly at these numbers and kind of come to your own conclusion. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'd be more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, I will be making another video where I kind of comment on the paradigm or the solution to this ethical dilemma or this debate. It's almost like what is it called, the prisoner's dilemma, right? Not really, but it's in a way it's sort of like that. So the prisoner's dilemma is where you have two people in prison and like you have a police officer or some jail officer saying, okay, well, you can tell your friend in the other room, they can't hear you, but you can tell them whether or not they committed the crime, and if you admit that they did it, we'll give you a lighter sentencing, or we'll let you off the hook. But if you don't say anything, then you'll still get your regular life sentence. And so the question is whether or not you defect and rat on your peer, or whether to betray them or to kind of not reveal information. So I guess the question is here is like, it's not exactly the gambler's, I keep saying gambler's fallacy. It's the prisoner's dilemma. The prisoner's dilemma is, should you reveal, it's not even a prisoner's dilemma. It's just a question of whether or not you want to reveal this information or not. But keep in mind that it is a dilemma in the sense that your chances of getting into medical school somehow, from a statistical standpoint, are impacted by that decision, right? So it's not that far off from a philosophical dilemma like the prisoner's dilemma, but I think it's still something that is worth mentioning. So anyway, I hope you learned something from this video. If any of that confused you, I'd be more than happy to make a future video or maybe a clarification in the comments on anything that you might have been confused about. All right, take it easy.